Are you ready for the heavyweight championship of the world? Are you ready?
And we're back to another episode of And in His Corner. Coming out the white corner, my name is Bill, and I'm ready to fight.
Coming out the black corner, my name is Barry, and I'm ready to fight.
All right, I want a good, clean fight. Let's get it on.
All right, welcome to And in His Corner, where we settle the score once and for all on who's the best. That includes best music, best TV shows, best movies, best anything. This week, what are we talking about, Bill?
We got a good one. Last night was the versus between Bone Thugs-N-Harmony and 3-6 Mafia. And we are going to do our recap of the verses.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
All right, so Bill, you won the coin toss, and you have elected to go second, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, without any further ado, let's jump into it. You read songs in the rounds, and I'll read to the people what we got. So what happened in round one?
All right, round one. 3-6 Mafia came out playing Who Run It. Bone Thugs-N-Harmony countered with No Surrender.
Yeah, and then me and you, we both said 3-6 ticket, so they came out swinging. And a lot of the people in the audience were saying too soon. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll see what happens.
Let's see.
And anything you want to say, or just we moving on?
No, we're good. It's a good way to. It's a good way to open up. Good way to open up.
Yeah, good job on that. And then round two.
Round two, we got Tear the Club Up versus Body Rock.
Body Rock, and then we both said 3-6 Mafia took this again, so it's they 2-0 right now.
2-0.
Yep.
2-0. Round three, Hit a Mother Effort versus Look Into My Eyes.
Yeah, and we both said Bone Thugs. All right, so it's not okay. And I think this is when Busy he arrived late. I think this is when he showed up. But next round, what happened? Some interesting things happened, not just the music.
Round four.
Yep, round four.
Round four, we are jumping on Sipping on Some Scissor. On some scissor. 3-6 Mafia versus Buddha Lovers.
Buddha Lovers. And then I actually said 3-6 Mafia took this. You said it was a tie.
I said it was a tie.
And we're about to fight, which is ironic because we don't agree. But a fight actually happens after this round. So we'll discuss our topics and then we'll kind of get into what happened during this round. So I go first, Bill. You elected to go second. Just give me my timer.
Fight.
All right, so Sipping on Some Scissor. It's an iconic song. It's an iconic phrase. I just remember everybody at the time putting this on movies and shows, even to this day. I just remember the episode of Jamie Foxx when he had the Serbiak jersey and he couldn't pronounce Serbiak, so he was like scissor. It's still a quote that people reference when someone's acting too drunk. You're like, you must be sipping on some scissor or something. Not saying me, but I know some of the pop culture community references it.
Stop. Go to your corner.
All right, go ahead, Bill. You said it's a tie. Tell me when you're ready. I'm gonna ring this bell. You ready?
Ready.
All right, cool. Ding, ding. It's on you. Fight.
All right. Just a little background. Sipping on scissor. It did peak at number 30 on the Rap Hot R&B song charts. Cool. However, Buddha Lovers is literally one of their cult classics. So, although Sipping on Some Scissor did chart, although Buddha Lovers didn't chart, it's still just as impactful as Sipping on Some Scissor. Now, I will say this. Pimp C's verse. Everybody knows that Pimp C's verse. I got iodine poisoning, whatever.
It's a wrap. But we'll actually talk into it. I'll let you finish your thoughts on. Go ahead. Like you said, Pimp C's verse. Yeah,
Pimp C's verse. Bon B. So those guys are icons. Anytime you got a UGK feature, you're doing something well. But I just think that personally, I'm not saying one is better than the other. That's why I went with the tie.
It's completely different, but like you said, both are. The thing is, like you said, I understand the significance for Buddha Lovers for their catalog, but I feel like sipping on some scissor. Like people in the, at least around my way, were like rocking with 3 6 Mafia. This is the one where it's like they started to become a little bit more popular to like the mainstream audience. I remember we used to have this channel back in the day called The Box where you request videos by phone.
Yep.
And this was like a heavy favorite. Crunchy Black doing his dance. And it's like, yeah, even to this day, it's one of their most recognized singles. So I'm just giving it the slight edge because it just, once again, they have certain songs that live on in the club, and this is one of them. So I don't care how anyone chooses. So these catalogs don't match perfectly. But you went with a tie, I went with 3 6.
I went a tie. Yep.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you disagree, we got something for you at the end where you can add your 2 cents.
Yep.
So round 5. What's going on? Oh, actually, no, stop. What happened after this?
So Busy, he said he told them to stop basically disrespecting them because you're
mimicking him and y'all
mimicking him. I didn't see it personally. So I don't know exactly what he saw. And then JuicyJ told him to SMD.
Yeah. And
then
by then it was already Busy knew what he wanted to do. It's like he was already
So then he ended up throwing a bottle. He did yell out "Gangsta Boo," so he threw a bottle. So I don't know if he tried to throw it to her or whatever.
Yeah, and
so
by
then,
bottle he means water bottle.
Water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, water bottle. And then you just see JuicyJ, he comes swinging. If I'm not mistaken, DJ Paul, he was in the fray swinging. Yeah. And
so here's what Here's what I think happened, Bill. Busy came late, and if you want to know the biggest trash talker from the beginning, it was Lazy Bone. So I think Lazy was the one that actually started that atmosphere. It's like, hey, y'all not even rapping. We about to really rap. So he was already throwing jabs, but it was all love. So Busy comes late, and he's probably thinking, y'all don't really know me like that to be talking about me, because they were. I didn't see them mimicking them per se, but they 3 6 had slick stuff to say, but I think it was in retaliation to the venom that Lazy and Wishbone were spitting at first, because they were all talking trash. So Busy comes on stage like, wait, y'all acting a little disrespectful, and I don't think he got the memo. So he's like, hey, y'all just need to shut up and play these records, like basically. So I think it's a penalty for him coming late. It was all love. And also JuicyJ has really matured over the years, because when the bottle was thrown, you could see him like think about, I'm not really trying to do this anymore. Like he hesitated for a little bit, like I'm gonna let this go. And then they got a little too close is when he started basically pushing people. But I text you and I was like, Bill, this is stupid. It started out so strong. I felt the energy and I'm like, they really about to cancel this versus. But then they came back 5 minutes later and it wasn't canceled. Busy Bones was just escorted off stage. We'll see if he makes a later comeback. Yep. So round 5.
Round 5, we're gonna ass and breasts,
butts and titties.
Butts and whatever, ass and titties, man. We're grown around here. Versus Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, and then we both said it's Bone Thugs.
Yeah, that's.
I think you mentioned this. Maybe I think you said this was your favorite.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's one of my harmonization, man. Everything is crazy.
Yeah, we both said and honestly, this verses made me remember why they called it Bone Thugs-N-Harmony. They really do got their own style. I forgot how unique their style was. Yep. All right, round 6.
There you go. Round 6. All right, we got Rider Spinners and we got Bumps in the Trunk.
All right, and we both said 3 6 Mafia. And then also this is Lil Flip came out. So
this is the first guest appearance.
This is the first guest appearance of the night. Yep. The first guest
appearance of the night.
Yep. We both gave the edge to 3 6 Mafia off of the guest appearance alone. Round 7.
Round 7. Yeah. All right. Gangsta Boo. Where them dollars at? 3 6 Mafia versus Resurrection Paper.
Yes, and I went with Bone Thugs. You went with the tie. So I'll go first and explain myself, Bill. Just tell me when to go.
Fight.
Once again, it's the energy in the building. I do think these songs are matched closely together, but this is when Busy Bone came back out. So I think the energy was a little different. And also this song is a little bit more important to Bone Thugs as Where Them Dollars is to the 3 6 Mafia group. I remember Bone Thugs had a long hiatus, and then this is when they came back. And we was like, oh, Bone Thugs is back. And that's the whole theme of the video, Resurrection, basically, where they're like, hey, y'all broke up? We're like, nah, we didn't break up. We got a new album. And I remember
Stop.
this.
Go to your corner.
All right, go ahead. It's on you.
Let me know when to go.
All right, fight.
First off, Where Them Dollars At, sample that's shown up by Triller. So you already won on the instrumentation, on the sample. But then, as she stated, 17-year-old girl, she's coming with them, coming with some lyrics, fit right in. I remember everybody, well, not everybody, but I remember a majority of the people. I heard Where Them Dollars At way more than I heard Resurrection, not even close. And a lot of females, a lot of women, they know this song.
It's a rap. All right. So so basically, yeah. And this could be just it's not really, because I remember when this song came out. All right, so yeah, I think I may have personally just went with a favorite on this one because I bought the album, Bone Thugs album, and this was like the first single I remember like, oh, Bone Thugs is back, I need to buy it. So this is probably just a personal preference for me. I went with Bones, you went with the tie. I don't think you could argue with the tie because both of them are winning in that case. I respect it, so yeah. And then once again, I'm a prisoner of the moment. Like I said, Busy came back out. I thought he was going to be gone for the rest of the night. I didn't know what they were going to do because he has some of the most iconic verses in their music. And I'm like, Wishbone going to lip sync his parts? But he came back out and he took one for the team. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right.
Apologies, and grown men, grown people things were handled. So,
and also,
appreciate it.
I grew up remembering that, I guess because I had a sister and her favorite was Crazy Bone. So I remember Crazy Bone posters being all over my house, but for some reason I remember Crazy or Busy being the leader. And it's like last night,
Crazy.
I wasn't
Crazy always. Crazy kind of reminds me of RZA.
You said that, and I remember Crazy being the leader, but he was just very laid back last night. And Lazy was the one I'm like, oh wow, this was the one that actually had a lot of leadership duties last night. So I was like, I don't know how they operate behind the scenes, but I always was under the impression it was Crazy Bone that was the leader, but not last night. And the reason I say that is because Lazy was the one that kept setting the tone.
He was talking, yeah.
All right, so next up.
We're going to number 8, Popping My Collar, 3 6 Mafia. Yes, sir. Versus For the Love of Money. Boom.
All right, and we both went with a tie.
Both went with a tie. Let me throw out a few stats here, though. For the Love of Popping My Collar, 21. It hit number 21 in the Hot 100. It was number 10 on the R&B hip hop category, and it was number 20 on the rhythmic. And For the Love of Money was number 39 on the Hot 100, number 19 on the R&B hip hop, and number 4 on the Hot rap charts. So them boys put out 2. That's why I was kind of. That's why I had to go with a tie, because I couldn't. Both charted, but
they were matched. One thing I can say is, although they more than likely come up with the playlist ahead of time, man, Bone Thugs must have had some insight, because every time you're gonna start noticing, every time 3 6 hit them with a banger, Bone Thugs matched it pretty well, and you're gonna start seeing a theme here. But Popping My Collar, I remember it skipped, so I was worried we were gonna have technical difficulties, but that was like the only issue that we had that night. So number
9, 3 6 Mafia played Side to Side, and BoneThugsNHarmony played Riding
Dirty, and then we both went with Bone Thugs. And who did they bring out, Bill?
Millionaire.
Yeah, so then this is when you start seeing the floodgates open.
Yeah,
with
this is number 2
cameos. Yeah, so
number 2.
Yeah, and moving on to 10. This is when I text you and I was like, bruh.
Bands make a dance.
Yeah,
bands make a dance.
This is
3 6 Mafia.
Round.
3 6 Mafia. Bands make a dance. Bone Thugs. They came right back and slapped it right across their head with I Don't Give a, and brought Lil Jon out.
Yep. Yeah.
And
so Bill, you sent me a text and you were kind of speculating would Weezy ever do a versus? And with him coming out on stage, does this make you feel more comfortable with that idea or less?
Yes, because I follow battle rap and a battle rapper. He has his own podcast, Math Hoffa. And Math Hoffa he dropped the bomb saying that Lil Wayne and T.I. were going to do a versus. And he said he heard from credible people. I'm telling you firsthand, it's Wayne and T.I., blah, blah, blah. Lil Wayne, he's not gonna do this. It's Wayne. Wayne came out last night.
Yeah, I think
dance.
And honestly, when you said that to me, I was like, they might be miles away from this. Like, I think they're probably like a year or two out, and they're just like in opening discussions. But now with seeing him on the stage and him being comfortable with that, I definitely think this is possible. So that was the best guest appearance of the night, and I want to say probably since the beginning of Versus. Like, I don't think they ever had a celebrity that big come out on stage. Am I tripping?
No.
Yeah.
Bigger? I mean, Wayne is no.
No, that is huge. I think that adds a lot of legitimacy to this Versus, and it cleaned up the show that we had at the beginning, because at this point, I don't forgot about the fights. So
Number 11. Project Pat came out. 3-6 Mafia. He actually started out with Knife Talk, which is on Certified Lover Boy. And then he went ahead and went right into Chicken Head. And then Bone Thugs-N-Harmony played Thuggish Ruggish Bone and brought out Shatasha.
We both went with Thuggish Ruggish Bone, Bone Thugs. I mean, I was once again, Project Pat came out. That was nice. They bought out Tasha. And then Knife Talk, it contains a sample for JuicyJ, but I don't know how that works. He doesn't get a producer credit on it. I'm not sure. So that they did that to celebrate Project Pat, I think. But nonetheless, Bone Thugs won this round. And then
12, we got Zip in a Double Cup by 3-6 Mafia. And we got Bone, Bud Smokers Only.
Yep. And then for this one, I put 3-6 Mafia, you put Bone. So
I'm really fighting.
Yeah. You'll be surprised. You'll see where I come from on this. And honestly, we'll see. Just give me a time.
All right. Fight.
Yeah. And some of this may be I'm just honestly, these aren't my go-to for their catalogs. I'm just a little bit more familiar with Zip and a Double Cup, and that's barely, you know what I mean? So honestly, this could be a tie, to be honest, because I think personally, I don't have a connection with these two songs. That's why I don't really got that much to say. I'm kind of throwing in the white towel. Obviously, you favor one more than the other, Bill, so I'm giving my time back.
All right, stop. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, it's on you. Fight. Go easy on me.
Like you said, at this point, Zip in a Double Cup sounds pretty much like a typical, generic, typical 3-6 song. Yeah. Bud Smokers Only sounds like a typical Bone song. But when I listen at the two, like you said, I don't have a connection basically with either or. I don't have this is my go-to song. But what sounds sonically for me better, that I would probably play more, it would probably be Bud Smokers Only. So, and it's simple reasons from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah. But see that
automatically.
Yeah. See, I'm not giving them points on the sample, but at the end of the day,
get points on the sample.
I understand how a lot of these songs is going to be, some of them will be personal preferences, some of them will be regional. And yeah, I probably just went with a regional ear on this one just because I like the 3-6 instrumental, but you said it's so generic. I just don't feel connected to any one of these two songs to where I'm like, I went with 3, but looking at it now, I should have probably went with a tie. I'll leave it at 3-6, but honestly, that could have been a prisoner of the moment with them going first. All right. We'll hear what everybody else thinks.
Yes,
13, boy, stop playing, man.
You're
not playing.
God, 13. 3-6 Mafia played International Players Anthem.
And they played the most important verse. You know what I mean? I thought he was going to come out, by the way, but go ahead. Yeah, you never know.
He wasn't coming out.
You never know.
And Bone Thugs-N-Harmony played Thug Love.
And we both went with 3-6 Mafia. Like if if you got a homeboy that's been married within the last 20 years, this song is getting played at a bachelor party or a wedding. It's like, hey man, and that Andre 3000 verse is one of his best verses. Producer credit for JuicyJ and DJ Paul. And then go ahead. Yeah,
well,
it's
of course
both going with 3-6.
Yeah, and of course they're gonna get the producer's credit because actually it's Project Pat's song.
Mm-hmm.
This is Choose You by Project Pat. That's the beat. Yep. That's the beat. So, like I said, Pimp C heard it while he was locked up, and long story short, it ended up becoming an international players anthem, and their record label actually took them off of the song because they have a verse. That's why they rapped it last night.
They did it last night. Yeah,
that's why they did it last night.
You're the one that actually told me that, so I knew what to look for while they was playing it. That's the only reason I brought up the producer credit, because everybody's like, "Why are they playing this song?"
That's
all right, and now
and hold up, Thug Love. Sorry, and just real quick, Thug Love. Anytime you have any other song, Pac would have won. I'm sorry, that would have won any other, but international players.
And then also, fun fact: this is the only group, Bone Thugs, to have a feature for Pac, Biggie, and Easy. So they got, at the time when both of those guys, their deaths were fresh, they were fortunate enough to be in the studio with all three.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, and then 14, right? 14.
14. Crunk Ain't Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Versus East 1999.
All right, so I went with a tie. You went with Bone Thugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fight.
All right, so I feel like both of these songs are middle of the bottom of their catalog, to be honest. So by default, they cancel each other out. I would say East 99 is more popular, but I didn't pick that. I picked tie, and it's so I'm putting it's winning slightly, and I think they get more points. I think Crunk Ain't Dead elevated because it was recent, but East 99 is probably a little bit more familiar with folks. So
and stop. Go to your corner, sir. Thank you.
Go ahead. It's on you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Let me know when you're ready, sir.
It's on you, man. Fight.
All right. East 1999. It peaked at number 39 on the Hot 100. It peaked at number 8 hot rap songs and number 19 hot R&B songs. This is the second single off the East 1999 Eternal. Obviously it charted and is one of their popular songs, contrary to what you were saying.
Yeah.
Hey, ref.
My bad,
throw a flag or something. Give me the points. But
time's up. Get 5 more seconds. I'm still some time.
Obviously it's a bigger song.
Yeah.
But that's why I picked Bone.
All right, cool. And then like this for me is just not in my. I just don't listen to it enough to where, now that you said it charted, so you giving up facts. I think you won that round. I'll be honest and say, okay, you just had a little bit more facts than I did. So yeah, so I went with a tie. He went with Bone. It makes sense. I think most people would agree with you on that. 15.
15.
Man, 15.
Here we go. Every day.
You
Wiz
get
Khalifa.
Guest appearances.
Yeah, every day Wiz Khalifa. 3-6 Mafia. Notorious Thugs, man.
Yeah.
What are we talking here? Notorious
Thugs won. And honestly, because of the Wiz Khalifa angle, they probably would have won that off of just,
they would have won it. Yeah.
But it's like they played that's what I told you. Bone Thugs was playing the right music at the right time. So we both
just so happened to line up that way, which is crazy.
I'm like, I was like, okay, y'all got this because y'all got Wiz on stage. But then they played Notorious Thugs, and I'm like, it's a wrap. They got it.
And
Bone Thugs.
Man, that boy was rapping.
Yes.
After Big's verse, that boy was rapping.
Yes.
So man, all right, but good song choice. Number 16. Here we go. Stay Fly. 3-6 Mafia. Of course, them boys brought out Young Buck and 8 Ball MJG.
And I was a little bit behind you, Bill. So I'm texting you everything late. Like I said, I see Young Buck. I'm like, I think they're gonna bring out 8 Ball and MJG. And then you were like, they out here, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah. But I watched on YouTube, so
yes,
YouTube.
I did too. Show. But you know what? I kept rewinding that Busy fight, and I guess I didn't fast forward that.
Oh, okay.
So
cool,
I was
cool.
always
Gotcha.
I was always a couple steps behind you.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and we both went with 3-6.
Well, Bone Thugs played Mo Murder, which is more murder.
But it's
what?
But I feel you, but we
can't
both went with 3-6. Yes. It was just
it is what
bad
it
timing.
is.
And at this part, that's when I started asking, hey Bill, is this the best quality of guest appearances you've ever seen?
We'll wait till we get to the end and we'll answer that.
And I started
you did text that. You did text.
I started asking that question around here. And then 17.
17, we got
Come
Oscar.
on, man.
It's hard out here for a pimp. And they actually had Terrence Howard rapping.
That was funny to
me. That was that one. And then they played Friday.
Yeah, and we both went with 3-6 Mafia just off of showmanship, bringing Terrence out there. And honestly, I don't even like that song, but it is a big song for them.
I thought they were going to bring out my girl. I thought they were going to bring her out the scene, the hook.
Yeah, and I honestly, that would have been nice because you would have had that angle for the whole Empire angle. If both of them would have came.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I didn't think of that till you said it. Like honestly, I didn't think they were gonna bring anybody. And I'm like, is that Terrence Howard? And I'm like,
it's Terrence Howard. They brought him out because I remember they started the song and they told him to no, don't stop it. And they, he said, this is our, Oscar-winning song and blah, blah, blah. And I saw them part. So I knew somebody was coming out because they parted a walkway. Here your boy came out. So
this what I get. Well, this is not my fault, but I was multitasking because obviously verses be starting late all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So I was actually brushing my teeth. I was brushing my teeth with my headphones on, and I'm like, oh, they about to play Hard Out Here for a Pimp. And I'm like, it sounds like somebody's here. And I'm like, is that Terrence? And I looked at the screen. So I didn't see none of those, the extracurricular activity. That
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. All right, number 18. 18 is a good round. We're going to discuss this one. 18, 3-6 Mafia played Dark Horse, Katy Perry song featuring JuicyJ. And then obviously Bone Thugs played Breakdown, Mariah Carey featuring.
Okay. And then I went with Bone Thugs and you went with the tie.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go first.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Fight.
Yeah, both are big songs. Both of them are big artists. But culturally, Know Your Audience. I was surprised they played this song. And I just feel like the crowd, they had to educate them. When you have to educate the crowd while you're playing the song, it's probably not a good pick because they was like, big song, it did 20 million sold, whatever they had to list the resume because the crowd just wasn't feeling it. I understood it was Katy Perry, but you got Mariah on the other end. She bleeds in more with the culture. So nobody clapped, nobody cared. Know Your Audience. Break down.
Stop.
Big artist.
Go to your corner.
It's all you. You ready?
Of course.
Fight.
Technically, 3-6 Mafia actually won this round. I went with a tie because, like you said, it's not a versus song. Nominated for a Grammy, won an AMA, 11 times platinum, number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, 12, biggest, huge song. So technically, it is a bigger song. So technically, they should win. But on a versus platform, that doesn't matter. So that's why I went with a tie.
And it's a wrap. And all right, let's talk about it. I feel you, but at the end of the day, if I pick a random song like "Call Me Al," that has nothing to do with the culture. It's a big song, but I'm picking I picked the most random song I could think of.
Yeah, you definitely did.
But it's not going to fit in with that audience. So I believe a part of it is we have to focus on crowd participation or crowd reaction.
Why?
If you have the biggest song. And then the crowd just does not care. You have to be mindful of that. That goes into the scorecard some way, somehow. So yeah, like once again, Breakdown is more iconic than the Katy Perry joint. It doesn't fit this crowd. Unfortunately,
it's not more
they
iconic.
Had to play it.
But it's not more iconic. It's more iconic.
It's more iconic to the versus crowd. Yeah.
To the versus crowd, but
that's all you care about. Wait, you told me about the Shaka Khan. You right. What you told me about the Shaka Khan.
Right, but you're right. And then what did you say?
I was making the same argument, and I actually got quiet because you made sense.
Exactly.
So now I'm citing you because you made sense.
But that's why I went with a tie, which is on that Shaka Khan song.
Okay, that's what
Stephanie
you're
Mills.
going
I
with.
went with a tie.
You went with a tie. Okay, I got you.
Exactly.
You went with a tie instead. Okay, I got it. I went with Bone Thugs. You went with a tie.
Yeah, see.
I'm about to call you out, and I'm like, Bill.
You can't. Well, I'm fighting
Hey,
out this
man.
corner, bro. I know how to come out the
on.
corner. Rope a dope.
Come on, man.
Bring you
there
in.
you go.
Let you say what you say.
I'm getting
But
tired.
you counteract
I'm getting
it with what you said last time. But we'll do that. But I mean, again, breakdown. Which now, if you ask me which one I'm gonna listen to, I would listen to that breakdown 10 out of 10 times. But
Yep.
I mean, hey, that's a big song. Juicy,
I
I would have
knew-
played that song.
I knew. Well, I knew it was a chance they would play it, but then it's a couple songs they left off to where we'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
But 19, what's up?
Number 19, we went half on a sack. 3-6 Mafia, Weed Song, Bone Thugs-N-Harmony.
And I went with a tie. You went with Bone Thugs. So we'll explain. And then
And Fight.
cool. I put a tie because I don't listen to these songs enough. And so it's my white flag. I just didn't know them enough. I mean, I've heard them at least once or twice, but it's just not something I play on repeat. So you got this round. What's up? If you say anything that makes sense, I'll let you get this round. I went with a tie.
Again, for me,
Fight.
sonically, Weed Song sounded sonically better to me. I'm about music and music, everything dealing with music and so forth. So half of a sack, I've heard it before as far as that hard hitting beat, whatever. But Weed Song was just, in my opinion, just sonically better. So I just
I went with Tie off Ignorance. You went with Bone Thugs off of sonically speaking. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then
round 20, they finished up with Slob on My Knob. Good song. Wrong placement.
Yes.
And you were not going to beat Crossroads.
You wasn't.
You
When they started, I was like, I said, this is a big record though. It's like, but I was like, but then they played the fact that I think 3-6. Well, we both went with Bone Thugs, by the way, because Bone Thugs played what? Crossroads. So the fact that I think 3-6 even surrendered and like, now y'all got the biggest song. Everybody come on stage and then show love. It's the biggest funeral theme song next to Boyz II Men, Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. Like these are the two these are your go-to when you lose a loved one. Like, you know what I mean?
And it was a great way to end
a
great way to end
night.
it.
Yes.
A night where you started one way, but then if you think about it, meet you at the crossroads.
Yes.
So it literally played into the effects of it.
Yes.
Yeah, because at the crossroads, and you're talking about people dying and so forth, and you started with foolishness at the beginning, but we all came together for the bigger picture, which, as you say, the stage was filled with people, and they just all came together, joined together, and finished out that song. And but again, Crossroads, you weren't going to beat that song.
Just a couple of highlights. 3-6 ain't play it while you're hating, but they ain't. I think they could have fit that in but they put the right Wheezy verse on round, what was that, 12? No.
10? It was round 10.
10. Yeah, so I'm like, all right, I got some Cash Money love, but and then Bone Thugs didn't play what, Bill?
They didn't play First of the Month.
Yeah, to me, out of all the other stuff, It's All Good and all these other songs they could have played.
And the Phil Collins song, is it Phil Collins, right?
Elton
John.
No, Phil.
Is it Phil Collins? Yeah, okay, I thought so. Phil Collins.
Yeah, I didn't even remember that. So I'm like, they left a lot of stuff on the table, but still, honestly, number one, Bill, I told you this. I said, taking my personal preference out of it, this may be one of their best verses. Like, I just felt like with the guest appearances that they had, the music was good. The highlights, there were so many key defining moments. I'm like, wow, this actually is shaping up to be one of their best verses. And I did not agree with the matchup at the beginning, but they did an awesome job. That's why I'm so glad that fiasco at the beginning didn't ruin the night.
Yeah.
I'm typically here for all the smoke, but I was like, I just don't want to see verses go down like that.
Yeah.
So, so hey, Bill.
Well,
Wait,
let
go
me.
ahead.
It
Give me
was
your
two.
feedback.
One, is you can't lose that sponsorship.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's too much money involved. And that's really what it is. You know, I'm sure when that record started, I'm sure Swizz and Tim were like just holding their heads and just like, bro, I know this is not. Yeah, exactly. I know this is not going on. Gucci and Jeezy did not fight.
Yes.
Dipset and the Locks didn't fight, and here you two guys they are fighting it. It was funny because they were making jokes about it throughout. Like, man, we're 40 years old. How do we wait 26 years later and start to fight?
Exactly.
And like, so they were talking about it, and they made light of it. And only thing is, I kind of did not like the LA crowd. They seemed a little dead at
everybody said that
times.
Everybody
they
said
seemed
that.
dead.
And
also,
and why would you? That's not fair to me. Like I feel like every time it's a New York rapper, you put it in New York. It's somebody. It's Memphis, and I get what's going on in Memphis right now. But if you weren't going to do it in Memphis,
put it in Atlanta.
Put it in Atlanta, or put it somewhere where the people actually respect. Because Midwest, they're unique to where a lot of people from the South mess with them.
Yeah.
To where I'm like, why are you going to the West Coast? And it's not even that vibe, and that's what I felt like. Everybody was saying that in the comment section. They was not feeling that crowd.
And honestly, now I think about it, it probably would not have done well in Atlanta because that would have favored to 3-6 Mafia more because of the clubs, Atlanta clubs.
Put it somewhere.
They make club music.
Put it somewhere away from the West Coast, though. That doesn't make sense to me. Or at least, number one, that's what they should consider that when they
maybe Detroit up. Not even Detroit. I don't know where they could have.
I feel the crowd.
If I look at it, maybe DC or something. I don't know.
The crowd would have been better in Memphis. It would have been better in Georgia because they would have cheered for somebody. I just feel like that crowd. They must have won them tickets on eBay or some type of. Because I'm like, why you pay for this and y'all not even hype? But
I just heard I saw a bunch of phones up and I'm just like, whoa, what are y'all doing? But overall, best guest appearance ever, ever.
Yes.
Does it rank in my top 5? I gotta look and see what go back and look. Because I personally have Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown. That's because of the music. I have Teddy Riley and Babyface because of the music. And I also have Earth, Wind, and Fire and Isley Brothers because of the music. So I have to look at the other ones to see where I want to put them at. So
I have it at 4 right now. That may change. But hey, we're not the only ones here. Let's see what they say. Let's see what the folks out there. I remember we got ridiculed, not necessarily, but a lot of
we got ridiculed. Yeah.
Okay.
We did.
We was like, hey man, y'all sleeping on Bone Thugs, and then
they did.
Hey, final tallies. I have 8-8-1, right? 8 Bone Thugs, 8
cool. Okay.
3-6, and then 1 4 ties. So that's it's basically an even split. 8-8 with 4 ties. You have
I have 6 3-6 Mafia, 9 Bone, and 5 ties.
All right, so that means based off of your percentages, you were giving it to 3-6, and then you ended up proving yourself wrong. Me, I gave it to 3-6, and I still proved myself wrong because it's a tie. So but
remember, our percentages were, I think we did 55-45, something like that. So it's not, it was we did 55-45.
Yeah. I'm saying, it was pretty close.
So, a song here and there. A tie can change. A tie can change, can go either way because technically
a tie could change everything for me.
Technically, if I go back to breakdown in Dark Horse, if I say, you know what, Dark Horse is the bigger song, and I give that the Bone, 3-6, so now that changes that. So, again, sipping on some syrup, that can go to 3-6 Mafia. So now I'm looking at 8, 9, and 3.
So. And we could change this stuff all day. So but I heard your list, Bill. If I'm interested in hearing somebody else's list, what could I do? What could they do?
To the comment section? We call that my 2 cents, and leave your comments. Who won? Do you agree? What do you think about the fight? What do you think about the guest appearances?
Yeah,
leave your 2 cents.
Yeah, where does this rank with your verses?
What does this rank? And where do we go from now? Because also Swizz Beatz put out a couple tweets and he wasn't happy. Was not happy.
It's warning shots for future versus
Warning shots. You late? You're late to your appearance. That money's gonna come late.
Hey man, people gotta sleep, and that ran late. And what else could they do, Bill?
Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that when we drop new content, it goes to you automatically, and you'll be the first to know.
And Bill, while they doing that, while they showing us some love, I want them to check out on one of our friends. We build in this community, and we were fortunate enough to we're starting to partner with some other folks that got the same taste in music, and they love versus battles just as much as we do. While they showing us love, Bill, who else could they go?
Go to YouTube, Curated Flicks, Flix, Curated Flicks. Great content over there. We made a connection, and hopefully we were able to build a little later. But as of right now, go over to his page, YouTube. Also, same name over on Instagram, Curated Flicks.
Great content. Yeah, great
content. Great guy. Great guy.
If you like what you're seeing here, you'll love what you're seeing.
Absolutely. Great guy. Yep.
Hey, Bill, that's all that I had, man. Peace.
Peace.